Welcome to an overview with Adventure Engine of a creation of a client custom form. Adventure Engine is an online reservation and distribution system. We work with clients from all over the world and specialize in the adventure and experiential travel industry. This system can work for any type of tour or travel, no matter how simple or complex. Over the last 5 years, Adventure Engine has taken feedback from their clients around the world and have continually upgraded this system. Many of these upgrades have been collected into one new version role, which we are now calling Adventure Engine Summit. And in this short demo, we will show you a slice of that lovely pie, and this is the creation of a custom form to be filled out by clients when they're checking out a trip online. Some of the feedback that we received from tour operators is that based on their type of travel, they may or may not want every single person in the party to complete a form. Perhaps they just need the first and last name and an email contact for the 8 people in the group and want more detailed information for the group leader. Adventure Engine now provides for this. In addition, Adventure Engine allows you to create a number of different types of questions that are used in the checkout form. So for instance, you may be asking them pickup address. There may be a number of places where your van or shuttle is going to stop to pick up participants. We can choose whether you will have the group leader speak for the entire group. Perhaps it's only the first person who answers this. And then we're also going to create what type it is. So in this case, it's a select box, and we've entered a number of different options for them to choose from. Perhaps we're asking what types of wines they like. Again, this could be a multiple select, and it may be select to all participants will have the opportunity to express what type of wine they want. We can also do text inputs, for instance for things like comments and questions. So you create the questions, you create what type it is, and you control whether this question is posed to one or all of the people in the trip. Once your trip questions are created, and then as you go on to add more tours to the adventure system, or perhaps you're adding a new tour, those questions are stored so you can quickly add them to new trips. This is also great for reporting, in so much that you can run a report on answers to certain questions and have that printed out in one master report. Let's take a look quickly at some of the other functionality. You can make the questions required or not. What this means is when the client is checking out online, they will be forced to answer that question. They cannot continue with the checkout without answering a question. Or you can leave it non-required. And this is very commonplace for things like DIN settings on skis, passport numbers, things that the client may not have and are not critical for the tour operator to know right away. Adventure Engine can allow for a link to be put on the tour operator website that the customer can then click, go back in, and complete their form at a later date. And we can also sort the order in which the questions are presented on the page. Again, this allows a lot of control to the tour operator to be able to create a form exactly the way that they want it. So taking a look at how this form would look on a website, in this case it's an accommodations form. And for our checkout forms, you can customize the font, the colors, and a number of different options on how this is displayed as well to make sure that it's seamless with your website. In this case, even though we can see that there are 2 adults registered, they're only asking for 1 adult to fill out the form. So even if there are 8 people registering, there's just a very simple form here for the main adult. They could have chosen that for the secondary people registering, perhaps there were just a couple other fields that they would have to complete. Not all the fields that the primary has to complete. You can also see here, for accommodation-based trips, there's a lot of inventory management that Adventure Engine can do. Even though there's 2 here, there's 1 here. There are some really robust rules and functionality involved in the Summit system. But for this little piece of inventory, we'll save that for another video. So I thank you very much for coming and taking a look at this basic part of the process of using a reservation system online. We encourage you to go to www.adventureengine.com, take a look at more of the videos. Feel free to contact us for a private demo to see how this system can work for you. Thank you very much for joining us, and we wish you all great adventures.